Okay, so let's discuss about the second part of this video, why I left Accenture, the reason. In the first video, I discussed about Accenture hiring process and project allocation and few of the other points. Now, this will be the most interesting part, wherein I will discuss about some of the other part of EIT, project change, promotion, appraisal, and of course why I left Accenture. So this will be interesting. And if you are planning to join Accenture, or if you are there in Accenture for a while, this might be helpful, or this might be interesting. You can also relate some of your key points. So let's start about project change. So then we'll talk about EIT. So project change, normally if you join Accenture, uh, uh, possibly you will be in a free pool, or you'll be targeted to a specific project. Now if you are targeted to a specific project, or if you are locked to a project, uh, you need to at least work for 1 year. So the idea is, until unless that project is not ramped down, or they are not releasing you, you need to work for 1 year, then you can ask for a project change. Now there is one thing that you need to know: even your project is bad, or you are not liking your project, you have to work for extended hour, which normally doesn't. Still ideally you should to continue, because if you ask for a project change, or to work for any other account or project just before the appraisal, what may happen, they might release you, and all your hard work will go into vain, and you will not get a good rating. In some cases I often seen, like, if an employee worked really hard and for 7 8 months, 9 months, just before 2 3 months he asks for a project change, the employee was relieved from the project, but during the appraisal, this 9 months is quite long, but his manager giving a PIP, bad rating. And PIP, right? I mean, if you don't know, there is a separate video of it. So basically a process where employee have to prove their performance. It may lead to a termination also. So do not ever ask for a release just before 2 3 months. If you are not happy with your project, work for a year. Once your appraisal is done, once your final rating is been locked, then you go and check with your manager for release. I mean, you can directly talk. And one more thing, if you're not happy with the project setup and all, maybe you have bad internet connectivity, you have some other skill set that you've been hired for, and you are working in some different project, just let your manager knows from the beforehand, so that at least you have a point while you have a appraisal discussion. Otherwise, if you keep quiet, it may create a problem during your appraisal. So that is project change. 12 months, no. After that, once your appraisal is done and the final rating is locked, I mean, it is supposed to release, then only you should talk about your manager. uh, RMG concept, in some organization they have resource manager and all, it is there. But in Accenture, the primary contractor, it would be your next supervisor. He may be a manager, senior manager, or associate director, but handle it little tactfully. Now it's our promotion. Now Accenture does check promotion, and they call it, they check something called mansat level. So you need to stay at least 18 months in the same position in order to eligible for the promotion. But there is some exclusion. So I have seen some people, they got promotion in a first year also. That is possible, but in mostly you can expect the first promotion after 2 years. So 18 months will be eligible, then 6 months, and in some cases if you joined in a higher one, it may takes also 3 years. But ideally 2 to 3 years is the period once a employee get promoted to the next level. And promotion and all, Accenture is slightly better than his competitors. Now the EIT, one more interesting part is employee initiated transfer. So in if you are suppose working for a location, and you are planning to return back to your home. I mean, nowadays people are working from home, but initially it was very much valid. So as per Accenture law, if you are joining in a certain location, you need to at least work for 18 months in that specific location, then you will be eligible for EIT. Now there is one more exclusion. So exclusion is, if you are a key resource and if you have a good uh, bonding with a manager or supervisor, They can approach to the HR can apply, and you can initiate a employee initiated transfer to your hometown if Accenture facility is present. And for that, either you need to get a project in that particular location, or your project should be there in your location. That two criteria will be there. But people can get EIT even after not waiting for 18 months. I mean, within 5 6 months people can get EIT if he is a good resource and he have a good relationship with his supervisor. And also these 2 points you need to think of. One more thing for EIT, the project will not give any amount, so you need to uh, bear the relocation cost. So that is employee specific, employee initiated transfer. Now let us talk about appraisal and hike. So appraisal, it's once a year, and hike is slightly better than its competitor. So it is around 10%, 15%, 8% sometimes. Sometimes it's higher. So based on like company's performance and project performance, normally hike is given. So if you want to know about the hike and all and PIP process, I have separate videos. You just do check out. But hike is slightly better, and you will get it on January salary. So December it will be locked, and still September, the I mean August or September end, that uh, will be counted. Your performance will be counted. So which is slightly higher hike. And one more thing, like if you are getting promotion, so of course your hike will be much higher. So suppose if you are getting promoted to TL2 associate manager, so let's assume TL basic salary is, say, let's assume 18 lakhs, and associate manager's basic salary is 25 lakhs. So if you're in a TL for a while, your salary is, say, let's assume is now 20 lakhs. So straight away, like if you becoming a manager, you'll get a 5 lakh hike. It's not a percentage hike, so they will at least reach you to the base bucket, which is a associate manager bucket, which is 25 lakhs. Let's assume the fixed pay. So if you are getting a promotion, so chances that you will get a huge hike for 30 40% in some cases based upon your salary. Now uh, if now golden handcuff, okay, golden handcuff. So what does it mean, golden handcuff? Golden handcuff means, if you are coming from services company or a small company or a startup, while joining Accenture and while working with Accenture, you may feel a little comfortable, because Accenture worked for they have lot of good clients. They have lot of other benefit, as in Accenture, in every 2 or 3 months there will be a project celebration party, and you may visit to all of the best hotels in your town, maybe Novotel, Marriott, Taj, and you can do, like, lunch, buffet lunch, dinner, whatever, like you can have a small party. I mean, that is a kind of a get together in every 2 or 3 months. So that is there. And you'll get a ad hoc, you will, I mean, in your project you may get a ad hoc cap facility. So there will be a scale specific to you that will picked up to your location and drop, and similarly. And if you're working for Saturday Sunday, you'll get uh, lunch reimbursement. And you may also expect some of the, like, amount. If you're working for a niche technology, you may get a that niche technology specific bonus. Accenture has good, if you're working in, say, shift, so they have a good allowances too. So, and also in terms of project and technology, Accenture always, most of the cases, Accenture always worked with a niche technology. So it is quite possible you may stuck this company for a while. So yeah, that might happen to some of the employees. So uh, that is called golden handcuff. So you may think that, okay, things are going well, why to switch? So that is one part that I have seen. Lot of people are staying longer time in Accenture. Now, exit procedure is pretty much same to other company. You need to just you need to drop a mail to your manager, and then you need to raise the resignation in the portal. Now, why did I uh, left Accenture? Because of hike. So the thing is that uh, I got one promotion and two hikes. I was there in 3.5 years. So the average hike was around 10 to 12%, 8 to 12%, and the promotion that I got, around, I got 24% hike. So Down the line, if I see my companions or friends, they are earning almost 30-40% higher because they have switched such certain companies. So that is one motivation. And I'm not sure whether this is happening this time, but that time there is no retention policy. So they will just ask you to retain, or until unless there is a huge mess inside the project, you are telling like, I'm not liking the project, that's what I'm leaving Accenture. That time they will try to negotiate. Otherwise there is no other benefit which they offer during the notice period, or if you are supposed to resign. So that is that reason. And there one thing that you may know, so you need to give a feedback. Possibly you'll give a good feedback, but your supervisor will also give a good a feedback. In most of the cases, this depends on supervisor. In most of the cases, he will give a bad feedback, that I have observed. And the consequences of this bad feedback is you won't be able to reabsorb, or they won't rehire. So during rehire, normally Accenture checks the feedback. If the feedback is not good, normally they don't rehire, but there's some exclusion. But this is the case. So if you are resigning from Accenture, you may, in 70% or 80% chance, you may get a bad exit feedback, as because you are resigning from your supervisor. This depends also your manager or supervisor. So yeah, that is all about Accenture. I think I have able to add up some of your, uh, if you're planning to join Accenture, maybe some of the key points that I have added that may help you to decide. Or if you're there in Accenture, it may be help you. So if you like to review some other company, just let us know in the comment below.